Hi everyone. I hope everyone's enjoying the weekend and the Sunday. I'm back with another video for Saitama Inu, and in this video I'm going to speak about my individual price prediction based on what I have seen with Saitama Inu's trend and probably a small comparison to Shiba Inu's growth and Saitama's growth in hand. So this again, before I start, guys, this is not a token to token comparison. Rather, is just a normal comparison in terms of the graph on how the price prediction would, I mean, price movement has happened with Shiba Inu and Saitama in place. So before we begin, again, this is not financial advice. The same old disclaimer. So the I'm not a financial advisor. Neither is this a financial advice. Please do your own research before you invest in any token in the crypto space. Okay. Having said that, let's move on to the video. So sorry if you're hearing any background noise, guys. So having said that, with Saitama, I know the current price that I'm seeing at the time of me recording this video is at 266 and followed by eight zeros before it. So it's at eight zeros 266 and at a raise of 3.39%. And why I would say that Saitama Inu has a lot of potential, and this is not the actual price point that we are seeing right now. My price prediction would be to the end of the year and basis certain facts and figures, or probably some kind of comparison that I have personally done with certain other token growths. So yes, I've seen a lot of people comparing growth of cryptocurrencies to that of ADA, that of that's Cardano, that of ETH, that of Bitcoin. They took years together in terms of a long consolidation period. So after which you had to wait for a couple of years, if I'm not wrong, to at least see some good price action like what is happening with ADA currently. So you had to wait for a couple of years to actually see some kind of increment in price. Yes, there was a small increment in the middle somewhere, and then it again crashed back. So that is what we saw. But speaking of the growth factor when it comes to other cryptos which are already established in the market and which actually took birth almost around 3 to 4 years back or 5 years back, and now have been ruling the crypto space. Example XRP, Tron. I mean, even though the price is quite less, they have got themselves well established in terms of stability and support levels, as well as very good partnerships incoming. So they have built their foundation to a certain extent, is what I would say, right? So comparing any new coin or new project that is currently out in the market with those stable coins, according to me, is not correct. There are two reasons to this why I am saying. The first reason being the time at which Bitcoin or Ethereum came into the market, or Tron or XRP. The time which these coins entered the market, crypto was something which was very skeptical and not many people knew about it. The awareness, the amount of people who were using this service, and the utilization level or the utility of that particular cryptocurrency, in fact, was very, very limited. So people did know that they could make money out of Bitcoin, but they did not know how to utilize Bitcoin and what was the concept behind having Bitcoin in the space. So awareness and the number of people who were using crypto at that point of time was very, very less. You never had any big financial institution looking into certain options of utilizing crypto. You never had any big nations or countries who were actually adapting crypto in a larger form. Yes, there were a few countries who did adopt crypto or Bitcoin, to be precise, in certain regions, but it was in very small quantities. You did have Bitcoin ATMs available, and you do still have. I mean, you can get Bitcoin ATMs for a certain amount of price, wherein you can actually trade for fiat currency, right? So you can own one. In fact, I'm not so sure whether it's legalized in your specific country, but in certain countries you can actually pay a certain amount wherein they come and install a Bitcoin ATM at your place, and you would be able to utilize it or even provide service to others as well. I mean, that's how the usage use cases actually started building up, but it was very, very nascent. It was not so well organized, well equipped to handle that much of understanding in terms of the crowd that you have in the entire world. So considering that into taking that into consideration, the volume of people who wanted to invest in crypto or wanted to get into crypto did not have an option at that point of time. The second reason being accessibility, right? So at that point of time, people did not know how they could purchase crypto. Right now we have a lot of exchanges which are there, you have a lot of apps which you can use, and people slowly are getting education on how to use the swaps like Uniswap, the liquidity pools and stuff like that. So yeah. So sorry about that. I had some mic issues. Had to pause the video for a moment. Okay. So getting back, what I was actually quoting was the number of users that were exposed to the crypto market or crypto usage was very low at that point of time. So quite obvious that since the number of people involved in the crypto space was less, the number of transactions that used to happen was also less, number of people who were investing was also less, and that's where you also had an issue in terms of the growth for any of the coins that we see right now, for Bitcoin or for Ethereum. And I'm only speaking about those which were launched around 3 to 4 years back, not later on. But what about Shiba Inu or Saitama in the first place? So I'll speak about Shiba Inu in a different video, probably tomorrow, today or tomorrow. I'm gonna do one more on that once I receive more updates. But for Saitama in place, we have been seeing that Twitter was on fire the last week. Twitter did have a lot of updates, having Max and Russell drop in a lot of bombs in terms of. Let me just quickly go back to the Saitama official page in terms of new partnerships, in terms of new ventures that they're planning, and in terms of even the game that they're planning to build. So we have a plethora of updates that poured in from from the development team, from the marketing team, from the company. In fact, because Saitama is, again, I've been quoting this in each of my videos. It's not just a cryptocurrency, guys. It's a company. It's a registered company in the US. So that's taking that into account, and the amount of people that are now currently involved with the crypto space, I can definitely see a lot of potential in terms of price growth. Now, just checking back with all the graphs that have been, as I said, I would be comparing with Shiba Inu. If you look at it, it was almost like in probably in the beginning of the year, we would say in March, or Feb or so, it was somewhere around 8 zeros, I believe. That's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 zeros and 6, and now we have killed 2 zeros, and that took a duration of uh, no around, say, a month, or so, a month or two, probably, because again there was a small hype, and then it again crashed down. If I look at the last 3 months ratio, or I would take up the entire Y2D, that would be better. You can see that yes, there was a hype train that people rode upon, and then it was a crash, and then there was another crash. Up to certain extent there was a consolidation, but then it did crash out very soon, and now we are in the same consolidation phase. So it did take its own time in terms of growth, and this was actually good because the number of people that got into Shiba Inu was very high, and it was a huge news. Even though it started off as a meme coin, it did get that much of exposure in term and support from the community members, which definitely gave it a very good space in the crypto universe. And definitely the developers have been working hard now to get through Shiba Swap. Now it's already up and running. They have working on other further improvements in terms of Shibarium and stuff. So more on that on another video. So comparing this particular graph that you look at in terms of the price action, look at Saitama. Saitama just started off a couple of months back, not even more than that. So it's just around 2 months. And Shiba Inu, for the information of everyone, it's been there from the past 1 year or so, right? So I believe it did make news last year in the month of August or September. Please do correct me if I'm wrong here, and please do comment below on if you have an exact date on when it was actually launched in the public portion, and when people could actually access and buy Shiba Inu coin. But Saitama, right from the day one, was easily accessible on Uniswap. Yes, I would say that it was a little difficult for people, but yes, it was still easy. The main reason being the number of people who now knew about Uniswap and PancakeSwap were much higher than what it was last year or even prior to that year. So why I would actually say that is I do have my graphs over here, which says the number of identified. I mean, by the way, this is an article from Statista. You can just Google out, or I'll also leave a link on this. If you can, if you would like to, you can read through certain articles which are present in terms of the crypto space. You can also go ahead and check for other news on the services as well. So in terms of their studies, they have given us the statistics from 2016 till the third quarter of 2020. That's around till the duration of, right, we are which is around July August period. That's your third quarter. So from September or so, it would be your fourth quarter, right? So September October would be your fourth quarter. So around September-ish time is where last year they have conducted a survey. Until then, you can see that the amount of people who have got into the crypto space, be it investment or usage, is exponentially multiplying. So you can see it was just 5 million in the in 2016, jumped up to 18. That's almost a four times increase, almost a four times increase. That's to 2017. Again, there was another double on 20 in 2018. We did have a crash, by the way, during that period. 2017, 2018, there was huge Bitcoin crash where there was a lot of regulation built in, and a lot of countries cracked down on crypto trading altogether. I'm from India, and even here in India, they did have a lot of bans that came in 2018, 2019-ish time pay. Then you did have banks stop support, and even now few countries have their credit cards not supporting any investments in terms of crypto space. So people are looking for other options, which wherein I do believe certain exchanges are an option where they have payment processing done through IMPS or NEFT kind of transfers, which is much more convenient and useful. But that on the later side, but I'm more focused on the numbers that we are seeing here. From 18 million, it jumped up to 35 million in 2018. In the by the third quarter of 2020, you can see it's almost three times, more than three times, in fact. So close to three times. I mean, yeah, it's around three times. I'm weak in maths, guys. I'm sorry. So coming down, it's from 35 million all the way up to 110 million, 101 million users till 2020. That's last year. That's just last year. And right now, let me give you the current global crypto users as of June 2021. That's a whopping 221 million users. So it's just the user base. 221 million users in June 2021. Think of it. If each one of them just invests $1, that's a $221 million market cap for any of the token that you take into consideration. Right now, Saitama's market cap, it's somewhere close to 65 million dollars. So think of it, the entire 221. I mean, I'm not saying each one would be investing a single dollar. I'm sure a lot of us would be bare minimum investing at least $10 to $50 in crypto investment. At least if I want to just get into the space as a starter, I would definitely advise anyone to start with a minimum of $10 to $50, because that's where you can get a good amount of tokens, and volume plays a very vital role when you want to earn profits. If you just have $10, do not buy a coin which has a value of $1 or $2. Please invest in a coin where you get a higher volume, which on the longer run will definitely yield you more profit. And in this case, I would definitely advise people to get into Saitama. This is the right time to actually purchase the coin. And by the end of this year, I am definitely seeing the potential for having two zeros killed out. Why I would say that? Yes, take for example, it's $265 million of market cap right now. As per Russell, what he is actually a little more bullish on, he is having his expectations lower. He says the market cap would be around $1 billion. So if it is $1 billion, guys, it's almost a zero instantly killed. That's just a zero instantly killed. And another one, zero, would definitely be killed out in terms of the burn. So the supply would definitely reduce because the burn is happening at a high rate. And moreover, I do see the potential in terms of Saitamas coming into picture and probably having us provide a platform which will be much more easier for people to invest in. So right now, the current methodology that you will have to follow to buy Saitama is: one, buy ETH using any of your wallets or your exchanges. Yeah, if you're an exchange user, you can go ahead and do purchase it directly from the exchange. But I would actually prefer to keep it in a wallet, either Coinbase or any MetaMask or any other wallet that you have trust on. Yeah, trust wallet also included, guys. So until Saitamask comes, okay, or else better yet, if you have not yet invested in Saitama Inu, I would suggest that you keep the investment in exchanges like Hotbit, you have Lbank and other small exchanges. You do have an option of keeping that volume over there right now. Purchase it, keep it with you. But once you get Saitamask, please do transfer that to Saitamask. So why I'm actually quoting or not promoting much in terms of purchase in exchanges is because of two reasons. One, the exchanges are easy to be hacked and they are still centralized. Many of the exchanges are still centralized, so and they are subject to getting hacked easily. And moreover, even with exchanges in place, you cannot directly purchase it in few of the exchanges. Like for example, I believe uh, Hotbit does not have a listing in terms of USD pair. It has something called NUSD. I'm not so sure whether it's the same USD or whether you need to convert your USD first to NUSD, because I'm not a Hotbit user. So please do comment and let me know your if that is the scenario. But yes, there is some conversion involved, and during this conversion, you will definitely have to pay some kind of fee. And one more thing, is that you will also have to pay a fee when you're transferring, and that fee will not be in ETH, but ideally that fee would be in your Saitama tokens. And I strongly believe that the amount of tokens that you would be losing while transferring from an exchange to your wallet would be higher in terms of what gas fees you would pay. I mean, I might be wrong. There might be certain exchanges where the number of tokens might reduce once the price increases. But yeah, I would personally prefer it to be in a wallet. That's my opinion over here. So rather than having a lot of cumbersome in terms of transferring them and losing Saitama tokens, I mean, losing ETH is another one. Is on the one side because you can always refill it, and moreover, the advantage of having Saitama in the wallet, the second option why I would say is the amount of reflections that you would be receiving in the wallet is much more higher in comparison to what you would get when you keep it in an exchange. Now, you might ask, why is it so? Because the tokenomics is built in such a way that 2% of every transaction has to be a reflection that I would be getting. It's very simple, guys. All these centralized exchanges have their own transaction order books that goes on. So the reflections that you would be receiving if you have kept your token in any of these exchanges is only for those transactions which happen in that exchange alone. So if you have purchased it through Lbank or Hotbit and you have say a billion tokens available, then whatever is the volume that they trade in Lbank or Hotbit respectively, only those 2% of transaction reflections is what you would be receiving. You would not be receiving any reflections for any trade that happens in Uniswap or any other exchange or any other swapping mechanism that is there right now to purchase Saitama. So I would personally advise people to use Uniswap. Yes, I understand the gas fees is quite high, and probably you can actually wait out for those odd times where gas fees would be a little lower and try to see if you can try your luck in terms of getting the Saitama token through paying the gas fees, because it's one time investment, one. And second, the amount of reflections that you would be getting is quite high when compared to what you would ideally get in the what you can say exchanges. And one more advantage I believe when Saitamask comes out is they might give it an option that you can just use your seed phrase and import your wallet altogether to Saitamask, which is a much more easy option, and you won't be losing any gas fees or you won't have to lose any of the tokens. And if such an option is enabled to be used in Saitamask, it will be a boon to each one of us who have invested already. So I personally have it in a wallet. I have it in my Coinbase wallet to be transparent and open. So I have kept it as such. I've been a long-term investor. I've been in Saitama from the past 2 months, and I have been getting a good amount of reflections, to be frank. So that's what I'm looking for, and that's the reason I would definitely advise people to keep Saitama in that wallets, wherein one, you will have a good amount of reflections that comes out your way, and two, if possible, that Saitamask gives you that option to import your wallet, which I 90% hope, but the 10% I don't know. I am having a bit of a confusion over there, because it might be subject to certain regulations where the amount of the interface that they're planning to design might be a little different than what we have in the current wallet. So I don't know how they're planning to build that, but let's see how it goes. And if that so happens that yes, you can actually use your seed phrase to import your wallet, then it would be an easy job for us. You just use your 12 or 15 or 20 whatever seed phrases that you have in your current wallet. Just go ahead and put it across in Saitamask, and you can import all your tokens, whatever is reflecting here in either Coinbase or Trust Wallet or any other MetaMask or any other third party wallet that we'd be using. So that's where I would see I see that there is a lot of potential for growth. And once Saitamask comes in, guys, it will be an exponential growth that we can definitely see, because one, ease of usage, and two, amount of people that will get into. Like I quoted, these two are the main hindrances in terms of growth of all the cryptocurrencies that were launched 3 to 4 years back. But right now the game has changed. There are a lot many people who are educated about crypto. There are a lot many people who would like to invest in crypto, and the only thing that is actually a little bit of hindrance currently, at least, is the ease of access. So once Saitamask comes out, that provides a ease of access. And I would also like to quote one more tweet that Max had actually put across, asking us to get our regarding the recent partnership. You can see here that earlier today I had a specific meeting out. Many thanks to Reset Nutrition. This I've covered this in my yesterday's video. Please do go ahead and watch that as well for a detailed understanding on what my views are on this tweet. So, which will it will accelerate or solidify our SataMask payments phase 1.5 efforts. So details will come. Got card of here. So if such a scenario occurs that you can actually use SataMask to purchase Saitama tokens directly using Apple Pay, as they have shown in our video in their video as well, they did quote that probably they would have Apple Pay also integrated. So if such is a scenario, or you can use your credit card to actually put in fiat and then use that fiat to go ahead and purchase Saitama directly, and that will be as easy as it gets. And that would definitely revolutionize the crypto space in terms of purchasing cryptocurrencies. And two, it would provide that much of ease of access to even a person who is not known much of a cryptocurrency. It will be as good as using any of the payment platforms like Google Pay or any other. I mean, here in India, we have a payment platform called Paytm as well, which works similarly, wherein you just load up the wallet with some currency using your fiat from your bank account, and you can use that as a payment method in elsewhere. So that can be the utility that we are looking out for Saitamask using Saitama tokens as well. So once that comes out, it will be one revolutionary, and it will provide that ease of access. It will have the potential to bring in more people into the crypto space, not only purchasing Saitama but also all other tokens that would be listed or probably part of the Saitamask wallet too. So that's what I think about the price point. Do come comment your views in below, and let me know if there were certain things which I might have gone wrong, especially in terms of percentages or stuff. Please do let me know on that, so that I can also learn and provide the correct content or the right information to each one of us, each one of you in the crypto space. And also please do subscribe to my channel for more videos, and do watch my other videos on Saitama or any other token that I have covered. I have covered quite a few tokens which I have personally invested in, as well as I feel that this is something interesting to get into. So please do go ahead and watch those. Subscribe, share the video first of all, because even if you do not subscribe, I would like my video to be shared so that lot many people would get to know about it and have use this as an education medium at least, right? So please do that, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Have fun.